Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Any comments, questions, changes?
We are going to, or I would ask if we could. We're going to remove what under proposed consent agenda, letter A, minutes from 12/9/24. They technically aren't minutes because we didn't have a quorum of board members. So they're really more like notes. So we're gonna mark out 12/9/24 and just have the minutes from the special meeting on 12/11.
Okay. Any other comments, questions, or changes? No, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Go ahead, Jim. I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, delegations, Mr. Peterson?
I have no delegations this evening.
All right. So we're now on the proposed consent agenda. Are there any comments or questions there? Like everyone's so eager. Did we get a second there?
Oh, I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. So moving on to public comment. Do we have any public comments here? Good, guys. Any electronic?
Nothing.
All right. Principal reports, Lisa. You're not ready yet? You're still typing back there?
No, I'm reading. They want to stick together, so I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, don't have a lot to report because November wasn't that long ago, so. But we did get to have our glow party, so our 3 for 3 party that I had talked about. We did have to change the date to the next day because some of our stuff didn't get here in time, but that was okay. Our kids and staff were very understanding. So we got to celebrate roughly 250 of our students at our first party, which was awesome. So our kids got to participate in our glow party or blacklight party for 30 minutes each. So we did one for TK2 and then another one for 3-5. So we were able to separate them. And they participated in about 10 activities in the multi-purpose room. We had really good feedback. We were able to give the kids, they were able to pick. So some of the students chose glasses as they were entering that either lit up and did some funky things, or they got like the glow bracelets and necklaces. So it was really awesome actually to be able to participate in it with them. So it was a lot of fun. We had our parents come and we had teachers come and help and hang out with them. And so it just was a great experience. So our next one will be hopefully, if the weather holds up, because it's going to be in March, so you never know, it will be outside. And so we're going to do a big one on our playground, or if it rains, we'll go back into the NPR. So, but we'll do it again in March, and then we'll do another one before school gets out at the end of May, or well, it'll probably have to be at the end of May because technically it's supposed to be in June. But so we'll have to move it up depending on if we ever get bad weather, which hopefully we don't. So it'll probably be at the end of May. But we also had Santa come. So this year, last year we had an assembly with him, and our kids really loved it. It was an amazing assembly. This year he did something a little bit different and he came on 2 days. So he came on December 9th and he came on the 11th. He visited every classroom at the elementary school and he took class pictures with every classroom. He did some trivia facts with the kids about all of the reindeer, and then the students got to sign his list and got to put their names on the nice list. So it was really cool. It was really great to have Santa come back. So one of my favorite activities that we do at the elementary school. So it was great to do it again. And then we had our winter concert. I think we broke the fire code at the middle school gym, but it was actually amazing. It was incredible to see the community come out. I have been to a lot of events at Kybe. I've never seen so many people attend an event for the elementary school. So I actually was gonna help Mr. Holloway introduce what was happening, and I actually couldn't get even in the door. Because I greeted families and the students as they came in. And so I watched the first 2 songs through Mrs. Repko's phone because literally you couldn't get in. So it was awesome. It was incredible to see how many people came out to support our students. And it was just, it was a great way to bring our community together. So it took a little convincing because it's Mr. Holloway's first year, but it was so great that we're looking forward to doing it again. So we've talked about a couple of dates in May and maybe doing some music and art together and having an art show. We had an art show last year that was very successful. So we're looking at how we can do art and music together in the spring. So and it's testing time. So we started our testing. We started math and DIBELS testing. We have such great paras in our building. Our DIBELS testing finished a week early, and so we were able to get our paras back into the classroom a week early. So we started on January 7th when we came back, and our paras are already back in the building, which is awesome. So still math testing, but DIBELS testing is done, and then we will start WIDA testing at the end of the month. So it's kind of where we are. Does anybody have any questions? And Mr. Skipper, thank you so much for coming to our building. It was really wonderful to have you back. So
thank you so much.
welcome anytime.
Yeah,
But
appreciate it.
yeah, thank you. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay, well, wonderful to see you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Here's
Good evening. You already got it. Great. I appreciate it. All right, well, good evening. It's been a power-packed November and December and the beginning of January at KVMS. We are still focusing on rebranding and reculturizing the school. So I just want to emphasize again, we want kids to feel connected to the school. We want them to build powerful relationships, and we want to build them a sense of hopefulness to envision their future. So everything that we're working on this year is under that umbrella. November and December Power Students of the Month or Students of the Month are out there. We just got done catching up with December last Friday. So now without all of the holiday breaks, we'll be more recognizing them right at the end of each month. We also had pictures with Santa. Kids could donate a can of food, and any donations we delivered to the local food bank. We call him Santa Zorn, our gracious Mr. Zorn, 8th grade history teacher, dresses up like Santa, and we did that again this year, so it was great. The door decorating contest for the holidays was also a big hit. We send the photos up to the high school, get involved with voting on who they think had the best door. And then we finished off December with a holiday themed Spirit Week. Kids got to dress up. Friday was Ugly Sweater Day, so that was a pretty fun one to see people and what they could come up with. And also that last week of December, band and choir concerts at the high school. Our kids showed up in the numbers we have, and they put on a great show. I know that they were pretty happy to talk with me about it the next day. And that night when I was kind of giving them high fives walking out the door. We're currently finishing quarter 2 strong, and we're kicking off quarter 3 next week, and we're also in the middle of MAP testing, and WIDA testing is right at the second week of February or so. Winter sports kicked off, girls basketball, boys wrestling, and those matches are starting next week. And there's another vibe in the air. Middle school dances are back. Kids are super excited. I don't know how long it's been since they've had a dance, but it's been at least a few years. For multiple reasons. COVID certainly played a factor in that. But they have picked the theme Winter Wonderland, and they're already walking around the halls wondering, what can I wear? Can I wear this? Can I wear that? So they're ready to roll. And I'm doing my best to let the kids run it because it's their dance and we're going to support them any way we can to help it be successful, but they're getting really excited for it. So the last thing I want to talk about is we are at the beginning of Q3 implementing this Cub Power Counts program. It's another layer of our onion of reculturing. So we've picked our power students, our power values. The P is perseverance, O is ownership, the W is we before me, E is excellence, and R is respect. So I've been working with our leadership team, students, and the ASB, and we are implementing, we'll just call it a wristband program, but each of these wristbands has one of the power values on it. Pick one that's easy to read from far away. So this gray one, for instance, has the word ownership on it. So if a kid is exhibiting ownership in our school as defined by our O value, then we're going to publicly recognize that kid. Teachers would hand these out to the kid. They would fill out a postcard with the proper power value check. Kid gets the wristband, the postcard goes home, and the kid will walk around with this on their wrist or hooked to their backpack. Sometimes they stretch them over their water bottle, whatever they do. What we want are these power values visible in our school. If a kid earns all 5, they will get for free the one that just says power. So they could be a full rainbow of power with all of the wristbands. So we're excited to kick this off. We really want kids to feel good about coming to school, and we've got to kind of give them incentives to keep going in the right direction. So big Q3 on the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, and any of you are welcome in the building anytime. Go on there.
Okay, Santa didn't come to the high school, sorry. I know.
They've got you.
I know, it's true, it's lucky monkey, but it's okay. Testing is just what it is at the end of the, you have MAPS, you have WIDA, we have finals, all that stuff going on at the high school. Winter concert, what's really cool this year is we're doing it with the middle school. And so that kind of causes a little bit of angst in that the middle school don't understand the noise factor as you walk up and down the stairs. And so we're having to make sure there's reminders, stuff like that. But it's a learning process, but I think it's working out really well. We had winter wishes. We had our Friday kind of fun day right for winter break, and that worked out really well. Teachers put on stuff in their classrooms and kids were able to enjoy and build some memories with each other and then build relationships with the teachers. We do have the end of the semester coming up. Obviously, we're busy as always. We have a game on Tuesday, game on Friday, wrestling girls on Wednesday. I can't remember where they go. It might be Luke. And then Thursday, the boys go to theirs. Maybe it's at Royal. And then Friday, wrestling is at Prosser on Friday and Saturday. Girls are at, don't remember. Sorry, then we have another home game on Friday. It's just stuff all the time. Yeah, it's pretty busy up there. So it's exciting, it keeps us moving and so forth.
But otherwise, things are going great, having a great school year so far. As far as cell phones.
Yeah.
We only still have one student that has had their phone taken away for the entire time. He has to walk in every day, hands it in, gives it to me. I put it inside the lockbox. At the end of the day, like the day I met him at the front doors, he didn't have to come in, just gave it to him and he walked out the door. We do have a trickle of cell phones. You know, today we had, I think one was all, yesterday we had one. But, you know, it's really nice, to be honest with you. I don't ever get the response back from the parent on, well, this is just stupid, blah, 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 blah. They're all saying, I hear about it everywhere. All my friends are saying that their schools are doing it. So it's kind of nice that way, to be honest with you. So other than that, things are great. Any questions?
You preempted my question, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a sec. I did check, and so the administrators have, for each of you, it's a certificate for our local restaurant, because we had to go local. For you guys, for thanking you for all you do for getting school board members. And we really do appreciate the time and efforts that you guys put in, because without you, we couldn't have what we have in our school district. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. We
Yes.
really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, moving on to new business, resolution 1/2025, cancellation of warrants, Mr. Rob.
Correct. So for this resolution, we have some checks that are past their date of being able to be cashed. So we've reached out to the vendors and haven't been able to get a hold of them, to reissue a check, or they aren't interested in cashing it. So we can't cancel it or reissue. So we need board approval to go ahead and cancel these warrants. So after this, we would send it to the county. They would cancel it on our behalf, so.
And then are there any next steps with that? Do we have to shoot it to the state or anything, or?
I don't believe so.
Nope,
So, yeah.
it's odd.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
There's some biggies in there.
Mhm.
Yes, you know, knowing the details of a couple of those, surprised. But I gotta give Drew and the crew credit at the district office. I mean, we've reached out over the course of the last year and a half, and it's falling on deaf ears. So, thank you to Drew for getting the process down, because we needed to bring it to the board and make it official.
All right, any other comments or questions there? Good. We'll entertain a motion for the approval of the warrant cancellation.
I'll move to approve the warrant cancellation, resolution I-2025.
I think that's the one.
It's a one, not an I. One.
All right, Ellen.
Aye.
Do we need a roll call for that?
That's what I was. Yeah, I think we should.
He seconded it. And he's gonna speak up. Maybe during the hearing.
Aye.
I.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to board comments. I'll start by saying thank you to Lisa and Aaron and Bernardo at ECAP. I was able to visit the elementary school in ECAP this last week and just see all the great things that are going on. And it's really fun to see the students thriving, and I'm looking forward to visiting longer with the elementary, to some of the curriculum that I was hearing from some of the teachers there, and especially getting like hugs from all the ECAP students as I was leaving. I guess they got attached to me very quickly. They wanted me to join an activity. I was like, "Oh, it's time for me to go." And they started lining up to give me hugs. So that was incredibly cute, and they're just, yeah, really special children, and I just appreciate all of our staff and everything they do. So. Anyone else?
Mr. Skipper, I know I'm not a board member, but I would like to take an opportunity. We had in our consent agenda we had 3 resignations / retirements, but we have 2 especially in Michelle Brang, Clark Brown, who've been here a long time. And really want to say thank you to those two for their years of dedication and service to Kyvie schools. We appreciate Mr. Hanson too, but not nearly as much as we appreciate.
It's not for as many years.
Exactly. But really thank you to them for everything that they've done for the school district over the years.
Thank you for calling that out.
Yep.
Sometimes we talk about that in the agenda meeting and then the public meeting sort of just move past consent
Yep.
agenda, so appreciate you calling that out.
Yeah, hate to see a teacher retire that I had.
Yes.
All right, with that, we'll move to executive session pursuant to RCW 42.30.110, section 1G, performance of a public employee to last 30 minutes with no business to follow. Then we will be adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.